The city of Antioch was decadent by any first century standards. People from Cyprus and Cyrene were the first to take the gospel to the non-Jewish population there. Ears of that reached the church at Jerusalem, and they sent Barnabas to Antioch. Why Barnabas? Well, Barnabas was a positive thinker. In fact, his name was not Barnabas, his name was Joseph. His nickname was Barnabas. And what did it mean? It meant son of encouragement. Now, there's a real nickname for you. When I was growing up, there were two people in my neighborhood with nicknames, Red and Little Loco. Red, we called him Red because his hair was red. Little Loco because when we played football with him, he was like a steam locomotive. But son of encouragement, now that's a real nickname. My son Jonathan played Little League baseball. I remember this next to the last season, his team was 2-14. That's right, they lost 14 games. Lost their last game of the season that year 34-5. You ever go to one of those games, you're praying for an early sunset, a thunderstorm, anything so you can just go home? Finally, the interminable game was over. The kids were turning back in their uniforms, and the first baseman had a tear running down his cheek, and I noticed as Jonathan went over to him and said, "Hey, don't worry about it, man. We're going to win them all next year." I looked at the father standing next to me and said, "That's my boy. Maybe he just batted 111, but he's a positive thinker." The next year, my son batted 354, and the team was 1-15, but he was a positive thinker. Antioch was a corrupt city, but instead of focusing on its corruption, Barnabas focused beyond its corruption. He focused to the possibilities in the city of Antioch. There's plenty of corruption in the world today. Plenty of corruption in and around major cities and, well, every neighborhood. But we need to focus beyond what's wrong with the world and focus on the possibilities of the world. Paul and Barnabas worked together in Antioch. They taught those people Christ. They lived transparent lives before the people. And the people caught the vision of what it meant to be a Christian. Then they began telling the gospel to others. In fact, the entire world can be thankful for the gospel being preached in Antioch, because Antioch was the city in which Christianity was catapulted to a whole civilization. Because somebody looked past the problems and looked to the possibilities.